What up, y'all? I got a few things on my mind, so I figured I'd just record a video real quick before I go to bed. It's mad late. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, but figure I have a drink, come back here, chop it up with y'all real quick. So what I want to know is this: why do some people get upset when they see individuals such as myself, who have spent time in prison for whatever reason, achieve a certain level of success? Why does this anger you? I don't know. If you're one of these people, please comment. Let me know. If you want to go live with me one time and we can chop it up, I'll be very interested in that because I don't understand. Isn't the purpose of prison not just punitive? It's supposed to be corrections. You're supposed to learn something. Wouldn't you want people to come out of prison with some tactics, with some life skills, so they can better themselves and be productive members of society? That's not what you want. I don't get it. Is it that they more successful than you? Because to me, if somebody goes to prison for a year, 5, 10, 20, 30 years, and they come home and achieve more success than you, who have been out here that whole time while they was incarcerated, then you need to be mad at yourself. You need to ask yourself, what am I not doing that this dude or this woman is doing? Just think about this. It makes sense for those that come home to achieve great levels of success. You just never hear these stories, so you think it's not happening. All you hear about is the failures, the ones that come home and do dumb shit. One of my boys came home the other day, went to a party yesterday. His family had a little party for him. We're gonna talk about the party thing too, the stupid shit that Mike Epps said. But they had a little get together for him. He did damn near 30 years. One of his brothers said, "It's a beautiful thing, Kev. Welcome home. You went in, Kevin. You came home, Kevin. You didn't allow them to change you and turn you into something, other than what you are. You didn't lose your sanity." For somebody to spend an extended period of time in prison, come home in one piece with their sanity is not only worth celebrating, it's amazing. And for somebody to be able to do that shows you that they figured some shit out. They figured out how to move and survive in an unnatural environment and to maintain their sanity. So if they were able to do that, why wouldn't they be able to come home and achieve some type of success and follow their dreams and do whatever it is they want to do and raise their families and things of that nature? What are we really thinking about here? The people that are mad at this are really mad at themselves. And y'all remind me of these idiots that are out here screaming all this America this, America that, all this patriotic shit, but are upset about people exercising their fundamental American rights to free speech, the right to assemble, the right to bear arms. This is it's make America great again. But the two recent murders in Minnesota were people exercising a fundamental American rights. Why are you mad? It doesn't make sense to me, man. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's like I said, like Mike Epps, he would say, "Oh, you shouldn't give dudes a party when they come home," and he later tried to, take that back, but that's because of the backlash he got from it. He meant that. He said it because he meant it, and it was some dumb shit to say. But why wouldn't we celebrate? Why wouldn't we celebrate the return of our loved one? Like I said, that managed to make it through days, months, years in an unnatural environment where they were looked down upon by the staff, treated like animals, and they managed to survive it and to come home back to their families. Why would we not celebrate that? We're not celebrating the crime that he committed or she committed. That's just dumb. What's the problem? Part of the problem is, I answer my own question a little bit. Part of the problem is that y'all don't, again, y'all never see the success stories. All you see is the Willie Hortons. Google that if you don't know who that is. I ain't got time to explain it. Y'all don't see the people that come home and do the right thing, that raise their families, start families, come back to families, get back, support their families, take care of their children, contribute, give back to the community, give back to other formerly incarcerated people, to children, preventing them from going to prison. The things that men and women, formerly incarcerated men and women do are amazing, but you wouldn't know it if you're not a part of that circle. If you're not a part of that reentry circle, you wouldn't know what we are doing. All you hear about is the idiot that comes home and commits 10 crimes in his first week and goes back, or does something heinous and goes back. Why do you think that is? Why do you think they don't promote the successes? And why do you think there's a limit to the amount of success that we're supposed to achieve? So a success story to the general public is somebody that spent 10, 20 years in jail. They come home, they manage not to get rearrested. That's all that success means. They could be getting high, not getting high, whatever. They don't get rearrested. That's a successful story. They get a little bullshit job, minimum wage, and struggle for the rest of their lives, but don't get rearrested. That's success. It doesn't make sense to me. People don't think that you're supposed to achieve more. When I first came home, my first job, when I got out of prison after spending 14 years in jail, was at Fairway. The Fairway on 86th Street was still fairly new when I got out. My brother got me a job in there. Minimum wage, I think at the time, was $8 an hour. I made $10 an hour. I was balling. 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, I was with it. And if they asked me for overtime on my 7th day, I was there. We had a 30-minute lunch break. I used to have my laptop on my lunch break, eat my sandwich on the laptop, looking for jobs, whatever. And I was going to school at the time. I was finishing up my bachelor's degree. People at the job didn't understand what are you doing on the computer? You bugging. I said, I'm not bugging. I'm on this computer trying to find a job because I'm not staying here with y'all for 20 years. You're bugging. This $10 an hour is all right. The best thing about it was they paid you every week. So every Friday, I had a couple of dollars. And I say a couple. Didn't last long. But they was really confused that I was trying to do better. And when I left, it's a couple of the managers that I was cool with. They know what I went on to do. I don't even remember where I went right after that. I remember, matter of fact, I'm lying. I went to the Fortune Society. I got my bachelor's degree. I finished my bachelor's degree. And shortly thereafter, I got a job as a group facilitator at the Fortune Society, which, if for those of y'all who don't know, is a social services agency that specializes in reentry services. So I ran 4 to 5 groups a day, 4 days a week of young men and women involved with the criminal justice system, and that were in programs rather than go to jails, like alternative to ATIs, alternative to incarceration program. They still around. I haven't been there. I stayed at that agency for about 4 years, and they definitely still around. I think they're like the leading agency in New York City for reentry services. But I did that, and I remember coming back to Fairway. I wasn't working in Fortune no more. When I was working for the Department of Health, this is the jobs that I've had. I was working for the Department of Health. I was on the co-response team, which was a program started by de Blasio and his wife that put clinicians in the cars with cops to deal with mental health crises all over the city, all 5 boroughs. So I rode around in a police car for almost 3 years, blue shirt, khaki pants, bulletproof vest, me, two cops, and responded to referrals that we got through what was NYC well back then, and now it's just 988, or what we got through, other referral sources. And one time we was in that neighborhood, it was around lunchtime. I said, yo, let me run up in Fairway and get something to eat. And I seen a couple of dudes that was still there. This is years later, that was still there working, and they was like, "Oh shit, yo, what up, too?" Looking at me crazy, like, "Wow, son, that's what that's what you doing now?" I'm like, "Yo, I told y'all I wasn't staying here, but we are expected to fail, and that's because you only hear about the failures." But if you think about it, again, I spent 14 years in prison. You see this? I ain't got no scars on my face. I ain't got no scars on my body that I didn't go into prison with. And granted, there was a little bit of luck involved in me not having no scars because I was gangbanging. And I was gangbanging for what they called the losing side. So yes, it was some luck involved, but it ain't got nothing to do. It ain't mostly luck, and it ain't mostly about how tough you are, because the toughest dude can get cut, stabbed, all that. It's your common sense. You got to figure out how to move, how to maneuver. So I'm gangbanging. I got to avoid rival gang members, and I got to avoid the staff, the police, and the civilian staff that think I'm an animal. But I was able to maneuver that. And again, somebody that's able to figure that out and maneuver that, why wouldn't they be successful when they come home? I was just looking at, shout out to Zip with the drip. They got this bullshit ass video out of some dude getting cut, and they saying that's Zip. He like, yo, look at me, look at my face. Like, that ain't me. And people are mad at him because of his success on YouTube and all that. But again, why wouldn't he be successful? Why wouldn't he be successful? This is a brand new lane. I'm on here. I ain't making no money on YouTube or TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Please, y'all go follow the TikTok page. Same name. Forgive my Brooklyn. And I'm not saying I wouldn't like to make no money, but that's not why I do this. I be wanting to chop it up with the peoples. I be having things to say, things to get off my chest. Sometimes I just be wanting to talk shit. But I'm doing it anyway. Yeah. Like and subscribe. I always forget to say that. Like and subscribe. Let's get it up. Let's get the numbers up. And maybe I will make a couple of dollars. But if I don't, I'm not gonna stop. Because y'all be needing to hear from people like me, man. It's not enough dudes like me. At least I don't see them. I used to see a few more. It's not enough dudes like me on the internet. Off the top of my head, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not as heavily involved in YouTube as I used to be, and I'm gonna tell y'all why in a minute. But off the top of my head, the only dudes I can think of are Zip and Fruit Qual. And this is the dudes that I see that's coming up in my feed or what have you. I'm sure there's more. I don't know what happened to Moshe and them. Is we locked in still around? That was official. I haven't seen that in a while. Mikey B came from there, but he took it in another direction from We Locked In. But I'm not heavily involved because, speaking of Mikey B, I'm lying. China. I was watching China earlier for a minute, and I watched them all. I seriously don't sit around. Zip is the only one I might watch the whole hour live or whatever he's doing. Like, usually I'm in the gym in the morning. I get on the elliptical. I put my phone up and I play with my headphones on and I play Zip. Listen to Zip. Sometimes I listen when I'm commuting. I'm on the bus. I watch Zip. But the rest of them I watch for a minute here and there. And China was talking about some shit with Fat Joe and Corey King, and he was saying that it's content. Like, they do to SMD, and it's all content. It's not that, but don't take it seriously. Why would I want to go back to? He said I'm gonna feel stupid, and he would. I'm gonna feel stupid walking in my Attica yard over some YouTube shit. It's content. I'm not here for that. I can't do that. I can't play. Those types of games on the internet. I wasn't present for that meeting when those decisions was made, and if I would have been there, I would have disagreed. But I'm not gonna sit on this internet and say foul shit to somebody, and have somebody say foul shit to me and to be disrespectful. These dudes be getting crazy. I see dudes talk about those families and mothers and all that, and then see them and be like, hey, yeah, that was good content, homie. I made X amount of money off that. Nah, we not doing that. So I stay away from the bullshit because I haven't grown that much, if that's what y'all want to call it. I think that shit is asinine. I think it's crazy that dudes be doing this, that they be on here disrespecting each other and violating each other, but be laughing and joking behind the scenes, all for some views, all for a couple of dollars. All money ain't good money. That's the school I come from. All money ain't good money, and I don't want that money. I like money. I'll take a couple of extra dollars. I would love to be able to make some money on YouTube and all that, but not like that. But again, it's late. Let me get out of here. But think about it, y'all. Why would somebody get upset that a formerly incarcerated person comes home and achieves high levels of success in whatever field they're in, whether they're on YouTube, whether they're in business, whether they whatever? Why? I know a few dudes mad at me. Did 14 years, I came home, you dudes doing the same thing. The same thing. Living in their mother house still. I say this all the time. You waiting on moms to die so you can take over the rent control apartment. Shit crazy. And you mad at me because I came home, went to school, got a master's degree, job after job, switched this job, that job, made more and more money, took my family, had 2 kids since I've been home, took my family, and we moved upstate. We here now. I'm in the basement of the house, loving it. I ain't got no car right now. I told him my shit about a month ago. I gotta show that. I'm gonna put a picture. Put a picture up and show y'all what I did. My shit's crazy. But my wife still got her shit, so I don't really need it. I take the bus to the city every day to go to work. So I've been using her shit. I'm trying to hold off before I buy another car. Just another bill. I'm gonna get one eventually because I'm spoiled. But I could do that because I work hard for mine. Why are you mad? Y'all have a good night, man. Peace.